Northwestern, we could be ranked in the top 15 in the country and people like don't really pay attention. That's maybe why I haven't heard of Joe.
Gaziano's coming, and he wraps him up.
Taking the quarterback down for a sack is one of the best feelings that I've ever known.
Here comes pressure, and Joe Gaziano levels Art Sitkowski.
My two favorite sounds that I've ever heard in my life. The offensive tackle saying, "Watch out," as you turn the corner and beat him. That is second to the quarterback grunting when you hit him.
Joe's a freak show athlete. He's got great quickness when he comes off the ball. He's got great functional strength, high level of football IQ, and just plays with a relentless motor. He just keeps playing. That's one of his calling cards.
Joe's not going to run a 4.4 40. He's never going to be the biggest or the strongest or the fastest, but he is just so good at knowing situations and so good at like using his strengths to his advantage. I've seen people game plan for him because he's a force. When he's in a groove and he's playing well, he's one of the hardest people to block in the country.
Growing up, Joe played everything, but he really focused on two sports, football and lacrosse. He was an all-state lacrosse player and a second-team All-American, so he's a pretty good lacrosse player.
Lacrosse was a big part of my life for a long time. It's a lot quicker game. The lateral cuts that you have to make as a defender kind of force you to be agile on your feet, and as a D lineman, that's not necessarily something that's first instinct, so I had to work really hard at it, and it kind of translated to the football field as well.
We'd love to recruit well-rounded guys, play multiple sports, do different things, because when they get to the collegiate level, then they're going to get better. They're going to improve. They're not at their ceiling, and you know, Joe's a great example of that.
I might be a little underrated, but that's how I felt my entire life. Being from Massachusetts, being from Scituate, not a lot of people are thinking, oh, this kid's going to do well, this kid's going to, you know, go Division I. Okay, well, I did that. And then people are saying, oh, you're never going to start at Northwestern. Okay, well, I did that. People are saying you're never going to lead the Big Ten in sacks. Okay, well, I did that. People are saying, oh, you're never going to go on to play in the NFL. That's just fueling my fire.
Is this all more of the same as far as consciousness of guilt, where there's deception in the defendant's statement and there was deception?
My dad's a Supreme Court justice on the Massachusetts Supreme Court. I'm extremely proud of where he's at today. You have to work hard to be on the Supreme Court. It doesn't just happen overnight. To be able to have a role model like that and someone that I can talk to every day and lean on in times of adversity is very advantageous for me.
I've been really successful with both my children, Kara and Joe, and both have absolutely zero interest in the law. There was a time I wrote a fairly lengthy decision on a topic we had discussed, so I emailed it. Then I asked Joe, I said, well, did you read that court decision? He said, yeah, I read, it said Gaziano, comma, J, which stands for judge. He goes, I thought that was cool, then I stopped reading.
My dad passed on his passion for the game at a young age. Him and his twin brother played at Lafayette College in Pennsylvania. My dad was a will linebacker, so that's where I get my quickness from, is what he tells me. And my uncle was he was a center, so he tells me that's where I get my strength from.
My college career is not as decorated as Joe's, but by any stretch of the imagination. I actually led the team in tackles 2 years in a row. But it was a different era. The football was much more basic. As a linebacker, you just got to mug the receivers.
His dad, he'll remember play 5. You know, say, hey, JB, you had a great block on this play, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't even remember. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'll watch it in film, and I'll see, oh, wow, he's right.
I have never played in a football game in my life where my dad was not at the game.
We really work our schedules around trying to get to the game. Writing decisions on the airplane, I'm writing decisions in the airport. It's very much an escape to sit down and watch football, to hang out with the other parents.
It means the world to me to step out onto the field, and if I don't necessarily see them in the stands wearing purple, I know that they're there, and it gives me comfort when I step onto the field.